to write a love letter. Yes, this is gonna be here the whole time because this is the last love letter you're gonna get until March, love letter tutorial. And I didn't use it for that video, so I think this might be one of the last times I can justify having hearts. Just flow out of my head, you know? There are so few occasions where this is acceptable. Okay, let me have it. So, the star. How to write a love letter for the star. Okay, whatever. I'm fine. I am so professional. Nobody's ever been as professional as me. Okay, the star. So, why would you want to write a love letter? Because this is what she'll look like, having like hearts all over her head. No, she is probably a little bit more sane than I am, but everyone loves love letters. I mean, women, like, I've posted a video about love letters and 100% of the people were women who watched it. Not actually, like, I think I got a comment from one man or something, but for the most part, it is women that love love letters. And even just to watch someone talk about a person and the love letters they wrote is super entertaining. So getting a love letter from someone they love, I am so sure she's going to be so happy. And if she's not, red flag. Red flag. I mean, I've said this before, love letters are supposed to be demonstrations of love that already exists. It's not supposed to be the only proof of it. So, like, obviously there's caveats to that. But, yeah, okay, so we have to decide if she's the star or not. There's tons of other archetypes from Robert Greene's book, and I've gone through all of them. And maybe we'll have put it into a playlist. Maybe I will have been lazy. It's supposed to be all of February, so any post that was in February, unless it's an extra post, but most should be about the love letter. Or you want to write like a writer. But I think you need to keep in mind both. You need to keep in mind who you're writing for and who you are as the writer. Even if you're not a writer, but who you are as the writer who's writing the love letter. So, is she the star? So the star is, they seem larger than life. People project dreams onto them. They are distant. Distance increases desire. They're mysterious, which is say it sustains fascination. I'm going to give you some real life examples because this is kind of vague. Marilyn Monroe. She's like in every archetype, but vulnerability mixed with radiance. Audrey Hepburn. Grace, purity, and emotional distance. Elizabeth Taylor. Excess, beauty, and drama. Bridget Bardot. Freedom, sensuality, and rebellion. Someone's name I cannot pronounce, and the definition I can also not pronounce, so I'm going to skip over. Rihanna, cool, detached, effortless dominance. The star holds people at a distance, so do the opposite. Let them know you're close. The star has a tendency to feel lonely. So this is my little theory on the star and the archetype, because what I'm essentially doing is I'm trying to outplay the player. Not actually, but so these are the seductive archetypes. I'm trying to get you to write for that if she is that type. There's other archetypes. There's tons of archetypes, don't you worry. But I'm trying to get you to write for that archetype, which is an interesting idea because that archetype is already something that's curated for other people. And so to tap into that, but go a little bit deeper and what that archetype tends to be missing and then fill that gap. It's so fun. I love this. I love this series. I really hope the love letters that come out of this are really cool. If you ever want to post it on TikTok and tag me, I would love to see anyone's reactions to the love letters you send. And I think that would be so cool. Obviously, don't do it if privacy and all these things. This is not something you have to do by any means. You can just leave a thumbs up. That's enough for me as well. But I would love to see some at some point. That would make my day. That would be so cute. Okay, anyways. So what you want for the star, and with every love letter and with every good compliment, is you want to give people what they're missing. They're like, what? People seek out what they're missing. That's why pendulums tend to swing in different directions. When someone's been too much this, they tend to overcorrect. When a country's too much this, they tend to overcorrect. Overcorrections tend to be a thing. But if you can give someone what they're missing, they're gonna love it way more. And it is easier to give someone what they're missing than to top what they already have. I gave this example in the last video. It is easier to find a personality trait with a beautiful woman and compliment her on that than to compliment her on her looks in a way that she's never been complimented before. She's probably heard it all before. That doesn't mean you shouldn't compliment her looks, but it's not the thing that's gonna make you stand out in a compliment. But if you compliment her intelligence, I'm sure she's had 6 months at least where nobody's ever thought of her brain. And so the fact that you're gonna tell her she's smart or she's funny, or don't lie, but find something in her personality, over the moon. You don't even have to be that unique in complimenting or having a new word or being super fanciful or having everything rhyme, because it's much easier to give a mediocre thing that they really need than to improve the great thing that they already have. It shouldn't be mediocre. It's not going to be mediocre, but I'm just giving you extreme examples. And I think the star has a tendency to be lonely because they keep people at distance. They're kind of the object of admiration, and admiration has a tendency to have distance rather than closeness. And so I think the star can so easily be lonely. And you can also look up the star if you need more of an example of the archetype. But if this is someone that is more looked at than seen, in the sense of they're more admired than talked to, then I think giving them the impression that you're close is going to be the coolest thing. So this is the final thing that I've always said, but I will emphasize with this love letter, which is get specific. How do you know someone's close to someone? Except they know the basics, but everyone can know the basics. I know the basics of Beyonce if I Google it, her age, her ethnicity, where she's from, her hair color, the basics everybody knows. How can you differentiate yourself? You know the things that other people don't know. I don't know when Beyonce wakes up. I don't know how she eats her coffee, I was about to say. I don't know how she takes her coffee in the morning. I don't know how she parents. I don't know what she's like when she's tired. I don't know what she's like when she's mad. Is she mad at everyone, or is she someone that's just mad at someone specific? This is the first love letter where you can get super specific, and it doesn't only have to be flattery. It never only has to be flattery, but in this one you can even, don't get passive aggressive, but you can be specific even about the bad, because you just want them to get the feeling which I would assume they're missing, which is closeness. They have enough distance. You don't need to create distance. You don't need to create admiration. You don't need to create any of these things that some people would love. Some people have too much closeness and have everyone know their business and have no one admire them. So you need the opposite for that kind of person. But for this kind of person, you need, again, the opposite. You always want to give people what they don't already have, because you don't need a surplus. Even your own body, once you have enough water, you don't need more water. It's actually kind of unhealthy to have even more water once you're hydrated, to the extent you're supposed to be hydrated. And it's the same with people. It feels like it almost icks people out when they get another compliment about something they hear all the time. You see this all the time with Halle Berry and other actresses that are known for their looks for so long. At some point, it just kind of flies under the radar. It's just kind of And so you want to create this feeling of closeness and create the feeling of whatever they're not seen for, but that they're really striving for, and they're really putting an effort in, and they really care about. And just get specific. I can't even give you that good examples because you have to know. You have to know how they take their coffee. You have to know what weird rituals they have. Do they have a lucky sock or something? You have to kind of know the person really well to do this love letter. And since I don't know who you're writing for, I can't give you more than I've already told you. But I think this is one of the most needed love letters. And yeah, thanks for watching. And don't forget to comment, and subscribe. That feels really weird to say after such a deep talk. Comment, subscribe. But yeah, and happy writing. Go check out the books that are about to come up.